Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome to ManFlow Yoga. In this video, I'm going to guide you through a few pose modifications using blocks specifically for guys who are inflexible. So if you are less flexible than the yoga instructor you're watching, or you're just a guy who's new to yoga, these are going to be some modifications for you. We're going to use blocks for these modifications. These help to bring the ground up to you. But if you don't have blocks, you can use whatever you have lying around at home, a stack of books, a pair of water bottles, anything that's going to bring the ground up to you. I also want to remind you that you don't have to wait for permission to use these modifications. You can use these in any yoga routine that you're following along to. Starting off with a runner's lunge. You're going to have two blocks, one on either side of the top of the mat. Put your right foot between the blocks. Take a big step back with your left foot into a supported lunge, hands on the blocks. So the blocks are nice because I can rest my hands there. I don't have to worry about my back staying or my back rounding. Important thing in a lunge, in this runner's lunge position, is to keep my back nice and straight. If you notice that you kind of start to round forward, we want to discourage that. So think about pulling your chest forward and up, resting your hands on the blocks. Depending on how intense you want it to be, you can really rest on the blocks, or if you want to use the blocks more as a guide, you can kind of come up to your fingertips and focus more on strength. All right, go ahead and release your knee down. From here, we're going to take it into a half split. Move the blocks back about a foot or a foot and a half. Hands on top of the blocks. Shift your left knee back a few inches, and then shift your hips back until you feel a stretch through the back of your right thigh. Reach your toes back toward your shin. Keep your chest up and your back flat. So one of the reasons why we use blocks is to keep your back flat. A lot of the times in yoga, if you're inflexible, you tend to round your back and make a C shape with your spine, and that's pretty bad for your back. It makes it so that we can't use our abs to support our back muscles, and most of us have bad posture. We're sitting a lot, and that just reinforces that poor spinal positioning. So as you're here, you should feel a stretch to the back of your right thigh, your calf, and also your hamstrings. Use those blocks to stay nice and tall. And then go ahead and come out of this. We're going to move to a runner's lunge on the other side. Left leg forward now, right leg back. Tuck the toes, lift the knee. So a couple ways to get into runner's lunge. You can do it from a low lunge position or stepping back. Knee is over the ankle and the front foot. And again, if you look at my spine here, I want to have a nice straight spine. I'm not lifting my back up. I'm also not falling forward. I want to think, what would my back do if I were in a plank position? Hands resting on either side of that foot using those blocks. Squeeze your legs toward one another. And depending on how difficult you want to make this, you can put a lot of weight into the blocks or not a lot of weight. The cork blocks are nice because they provide more support. Foam blocks, okay for support, but not if you're going to put a significant amount of weight into it. And then go ahead and release the back knee down. Move the blocks back so that they're centered on your hips. Shift your right knee back a few inches, and then shift your hips back. Reach your toes toward your shin. Pull your chest up. Again, we want to make the back flat. Shouldn't feel any stretching in your low back here. You want to focus the stretch on your hips. And that's another important part of using blocks. It makes it so that we can focus the stretch on the hips instead of feeling our low back stretching. Inhale to lift your chest up, pull it forward. As you exhale, maybe straighten that left leg a half an inch more, working deeper into your hamstring flexibility. And as we're breathing, as we're working on flexibility, it's important to slow down your breathing in and out of the nose. Keep your shoulders relaxed, keep your face relaxed as well. One more breath. All right. From here, you're going to move the blocks back to where they started on either side of the top of the mat. And from here, take it back into a supported child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch. Pull your butt away from your hands. Try to make as long of a line as possible from your hips to your hands. Keep your back flat. Make sure that you're not rounding your back. And your hands go up on those blocks. So we're getting a really nice shoulder stretch here. Your head probably isn't going to touch the ground. Don't worry about that. So this is a modified child's pose. The goal here is to feel a stretch for your shoulders. If you feel like you're rounding your back a lot, you can also change the positioning of your legs. And this would be called a puppy pose. You're going to bring your knees about hip width distant. Your ankles lined up behind your knees. Hands still on the blocks. And this will help you get a deeper stretch through your shoulders. Try to keep the back flat. Keep your arms active. Push your chest down. And don't arch your back. Keep your spine neutral, so don't let your chest puff out. A couple more breaths here. The longer we hold it, generally, the deeper we can go into our flexibility. All right. And then come forward, step your right foot up between the blocks. We're going to do a low lunge with a side bend. Bring your block on your right side to the outside of your right hip. If you want, you can also stack your blocks. So the cool thing about cork blocks is you can actually stack them, right? And they're more stable. So I'm going to stack my blocks on the right side. Bring your right hand on top of the blocks. Sink into a lunge, and then reach your left arm up and over. So this allows me to stay a little bit taller in my lunge if you're less flexible. So if your feet are closer together, this way I have a bit more support with that block. And we're here for 2 breaths. Really pressing that left arm up and over, feeling a stretch from the left hip up to the left shoulder. And then release and switch sides. So block coming to the left side now. Again, different options. If you want to stack the block, stack the block. Or if you just want to use one block, maybe you don't need to stack them. So the block outside the hip, we're going to reach the right arm up and over toward the left. Stay nice and tall. Again, blocks help us keep the proper position with our spine. If we don't have the block here, maybe we're collapsing, maybe we're not keeping length through the spine. The block allows us to keep better posture. Couple breaths here. Big stretch from the right hip up through the right shoulder. And then release that. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to Manflow Yoga, be sure to subscribe. We put out new videos every week. We also have a few more of these yoga block modification videos. They've either been released already or they'll be coming out over the next few weeks. Be sure to subscribe and you won't miss them. You can also go to the Manflow Yoga YouTube homepage to see all of our free videos. Lastly, if you don't already have a set of cork yoga blocks, I highly recommend you get some. These are almost essential for guys who are new to yoga, especially if you are inflexible. Check those out at manflowyoga.com/blocks. You can learn all the reasons why our blocks are better than other blocks. And then if you haven't already liked the video, click the like button if you found this useful. Leave a comment and be sure to subscribe. Don't miss out on our future videos. Thanks for watching. All right, if you enjoyed that video, I want to invite you to take my free 7-day challenge. This is a beginner's yoga for men workout series featuring 15-minute workouts and daily emails to help hold you accountable and motivated. This is a great way to learn yoga, to get started, and it's totally free. Sign up at the first link in the description below. When you sign up, I'm also going to give you a free bonus video, a previously members-only workout called Head and Neck Essentials. This is a 25-minute workout that's perfect for relieving tension in your head, neck, and shoulders, useful for pretty much any situation. So go ahead and sign up for that 7-day challenge. Do it right now. Click that link in the description. I'll wait. And if you haven't already subscribed to this YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe. We put out new videos every week. And if you like the video, be sure to like the video, click the like button, and leave a comment if you have any feedback or questions. Thanks again for being here. I'll see you on the next video.